Among all the dangers that stalk every trader and investor, there exists one mistake so subtle, so seemingly harmless, yet so devastating that it has ruined more accounts than any bear market or crash in history. It is not ignorance. It is not lack of intelligence. It is something far more dangerous, the refusal to admit you are wrong. This refusal takes its most destructive form in a practice known as averaging down. I have lived through markets that broke men, markets that humbled the arrogant, and markets that tested every ounce of discipline a speculator could muster. And time after time, I have seen intelligent people, wealthy people, promising traders obliterated because they could not resist this one temptation. They watched a stock fall below their entry, and instead of cutting the loss, they doubled down. They bought more, thinking the stock was cheaper, thinking they were clever, thinking they could outsmart the tape. But the market is merciless. It does not bend to your opinions, your hopes, or your pride. When a price declines, it is speaking. It is delivering an objective verdict. More sellers than buyers, more fear than confidence. And yet, countless traders ignore this signal, convincing themselves they are buying a bargain, when in fact, they are stepping deeper into quicksand. Do not misunderstand me. Averaging down feels seductive. It whispers to you that you are lowering your cost basis, that recovery will come sooner, that patience will reward you. But this is an illusion. The mathematics of loss alone should terrify you. Lose 10%, you need 11% to recover. Lose 25%, you need 33%. Lose 50%, and you need 100% just to get back to even. Do you see how the pit deepens with every shovel of dirt? Averaging down takes what could have been a manageable paper cut and turns it into a mortal wound. I learned this lesson in the most brutal classroom possible, the market itself. In my early days, flush with overconfidence from easy wins, I believed I could bend the rules. I thought the market would reward my stubbornness. Instead, it punished me without mercy. Every time I averaged down, every time I threw more capital at a losing position, I was not proving my strength. I was proving my weakness. And the market extracted its tuition from me dollar by dollar until I could no longer ignore the truth. Hope is the poison. Hope whispers that your analysis must be right, that the crowd must be wrong, that eventually the market will come crawling back to your entry price. But hope is not a strategy. Hope is denial disguised as courage. The market punishes hope. The market rewards discipline. Discipline says, when a trade goes wrong, get out. Quickly, without hesitation, without emotion. Take the small loss and move on. This is not cowardice. It is survival. You do not win this game by being right every time. You win by keeping your losses small and letting your profits grow. Some will argue that great fortunes were made by those who bought when others sold, who held firm in the face of falling prices. They will point to long-term investors who averaged down and eventually profited. But remember this, speculation is not investing. An investor buys businesses. A speculator buys price movements. If you are speculating, you must treat every dollar of your capital as ammunition, waste it recklessly, and you will not survive long enough to seize the real opportunities. When you average down, you are betraying your duty as a speculator. You are throwing good money after bad, chaining yourself to a sinking ship, locking yourself into a cycle of denial. Your goal is not to prove yourself right. Your goal is to protect your capital so that when the tide turns, when the true opportunity appears, you have the strength to act. Do not think you can make exceptions. Do not think this rule applies to others but not to you. That is the most dangerous delusion of all. I have seen entire careers destroyed by this one belief that somehow they could master the market by sheer will. No one can. Not me. Not you. Not anyone. The truth is merciless, but liberating. Your very first action in a trade must show a profit. If it does not, if the stock turns against you, immediately accept that the timing was wrong, the analysis flawed, or the conditions unfavorable. Close the trade, take the lesson, preserve your capital, then wait. The market will always offer another chance, but it will never refund what you squander. I know how hard this is. I know the sting of admitting you were wrong. But what is worse, admitting you were wrong, or losing everything because you clung to pride? The graveyard of traders is filled with men and women who could not answer that question honestly. Speculation is war. Your capital is your ammunition. No soldier wastes bullets firing into the ground out of stubbornness. No general doubles down on a failed assault simply because retreat wounds his pride. And yet, traders commit this folly every day. They average down. They throw their resources at hopeless positions and then wonder why the market shows them no mercy. Let me tell you plainly, there is no shame in taking a small loss. There is only shame in letting that loss grow until it consumes you. Every loss is tuition. Pay it quickly, learn the lesson, and move forward. Never pay more than you must. Never let hope cost you your fortune. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Averaging down is not a strategy. It is a trap. It will rob you of your capital, your confidence, and eventually, your career. Banish it from your playbook. Make the principle of swift, disciplined loss cutting the cornerstone of your trading philosophy. Do this, and you will not only survive, you will thrive. You will move beyond the ranks of gamblers and into the company of true market operators. You will trade with clarity, with discipline, and with the one weapon that separates the great from the ruined: respect for the market's message. Preserve your capital, protect your future, and never ever average down.